Go eat a cheeseburger. Ugh, I despise you. I wish I had your problem. Shut up. You don't get to complain with a body like that. These comments and many more are something I've had to deal with my entire life. As a child, I was always tiny. This meant hurtful comments were always the norm for me. The kids at school would call me things like walking skeleton, for example. When I was around 14, my mother actually began to worry because my body wasn't developing like other girls, despite me getting my period at 11. So she took me to the doctor. The doctor asked me questions like, "Are you trying to be this skinny? Have you ever made yourself throw up?" When I explained to him that I just wasn't hungry and I often felt sick after or during eating, they immediately told my mother that I was faking it and I was trying to be this skinny and that's why I wasn't developing. He didn't even know me. How dare he call me a liar? According to him, I was malnourished from starving myself. After that excruciating visit, my parents tried to force me to eat. Even when I did overeat, I would be bloated for a day and then wake up the following day as skinny as usual. It was actually even worse. Years and years went by, and I had 4 children and was still barely 110 pounds. I would gain weight well during my pregnancy, but after, the weight would just fall off along with any breast I had gained. Anytime I brought up my weight or my appetite, I was immediately told that I should be grateful because after having 4 kids, I looked wonderful. One day, I had enough, and I demanded to see a gastroenterologist. I called the clinic and had an appointment set shortly after. It was there after many tests that I discovered I had gastroparesis, which is a paralysis of the stomach. It can cause symptoms ranging from vomiting, bloating, feeling full too fast, and constipation, just to name a few. Some people lose weight rapidly and cannot keep weight on, while others can gain rapidly too. The disease is very unpredictable and it affects everyone differently, and most times is associated with diabetes. Luckily, mine wasn't. After all these years, I finally had a diagnosis. Now I was sure people would finally quit telling me how lucky I was for my body. People would understand what I have been going through my entire life. No longer will I ever be mocked for not having a womanly body. Because I was sick, right? I thought to myself. No one would make fun of a sick girl, right? Oh, how wrong I was. The comments never stopped. I still got the occasional, "Ugh, I despise you," because they wanted my body. Or, "If you had eaten right when you were younger, you wouldn't have this problem right now." If you even want to call that a problem. I mean, look at you. And the all-popular, "I wish I had your problem." The new one I heard was, "You don't look sick." I was told over and over again how they were just jealous and to not take it personally. Hearing these comments made me so mad. I understand jealousy. I'm jealous of women who have cleavage. I'm jealous of women who can brush their hair without losing clumps of it from malnutrition. I'm jealous of someone who can eat without thinking, "Will this make me sick later?" But even with all my jealousy, never once have I spewed venom at someone with my words. So, when you see someone in the street, at your work, at the grocery store, whether they are thin or heavy, never belittle their problems. You do not know why that person looks the way that they do. You do not know what the person before you had said to them. Your words may not seem like that big of a deal to you, but after you have heard the same comments every day, even the smallest insults can break a person down. And even if you are jealous, you can find a way to lift that person up instead. It really doesn't cost anything to be a kind human being.